at the Wildlife Conservation Film Festival in New York City. I'm with Joe Lamb from the Borneo Project. Very excited to meet you.
I'm very excited to meet you.
I know, I heard you're an exciting guy and you have a lot to say. Can you tell me a little bit about the Borneo Project?
It started originally as a sister city between Berkeley, California, and a longhouse in Borneo that was very active at locating the logging.
What is so interesting to me about what you did, you just did it, okay? You bought a plane ticket, you flew there, you had a vision, nothing was going to stop you.
And the way that then manifested itself later was the project existed as a sister city project and was kind of struggling along, and it attracted several people who were in the community mapping thing. It was just beginning. It was just starting to happen.
So wait, Joe, you're telling me you put them on the map?
No, they put themselves on.
We always donate to all of these organizations, right? Nobody seems to know about the situation with taking care of the guys that are the rangers. What would you come up with? What kind of format or a model do you think would work?
There are organizations out there that benefit the rangers themselves. There's a group out of Australia. The Thin Green Line is
I love the name of that.
There's a guy out of Australia who's working for rangers. But we ought to hold big NGOs to a standard.
Absolutely.
What criminal have you put in jail? Show me a circumstance where your work put a major Pablo Escobar level ivory trafficker or rhino trafficker or tiger trafficker in prison. And then I will support your effort to stop wildlife trade.
Tell me what you're doing now.
What we have done is we've made a real commitment to build the capacity of Africans to become stewards of their own biodiversity, because that is the future. They have an intrinsic respect for the forest. They have an intrinsic respect for the gorillas. I cannot talk to my grandchildren and explain to them how we let gorillas become extinct on our planet.
Right, how can that happen?
How can that happen?
And yet they're threatened.
Epic Road offers some very unique kind of trips. Can you talk about some of your favorites?
Absolutely. Particularly appropriate for what's going on in the world right now. We have some experiences where you can really understand what's going on with the big cat population.
Right.
As you know, 90% of the lions have been decimated in the past 50 years.
People don't know that. 90% of the lions, and this is because of poaching.
Some of it's because of poaching. Some of it, actually a huge portion of it, is conflict with indigenous populations.
The conflict always is people have to live too.
Absolutely, and I think there's the education component, but there's also the fact that lions bring a tremendous amount of income to those areas, but they don't necessarily participate in it. So by allowing them to participate in the tourism dollars, you're incentivizing them to have aligned interest with the conservationists.
I think that's a great transformation through travel, transformation through ecotourism is brilliant. I am with Ethan Wolf from the Sea Shepherd. Can you tell us a little bit about what the Sea Shepherd does?
So Sea Shepherd Conservation Society is a 35-year-old direct action ocean conservation group. We document and monitor the slaughter of marine wildlife and physically intervene to stop the destruction.
So physically intervene and direct action go hand in hand.
One of the most effective tactics that we found is putting our boat between the killers and whales.
Now that to me is extremely courageous.
What can any of us do? I mean, we hear about all of this. It's so sad, and we all want to help. What do you think people could do?
Well, there's little things you can do in your everyday life which can make a big difference. So thinking about what you buy and what you consume. So not buying products that are directly linked to deforestation or environmental degradation. So thinking about the kind of fish you eat, that has a big impact on marine environments. Looking at the paper you use, is it recycled? Is it certified? Palm oil, do the candy bars you eat or whatever you consume, does that contain palm oil, and where's that palm oil from?
It's a very simple thing you're saying. We just have to become aware. We have to look in the ingredients of things and just think about what we're doing.
I've been working at this for 7 years, going around the world, interviewing people, having them tell their story about the animals that they're saving and the cultures that they live in, one animal at a time. And like you, it's my passion.
My particular interest is in the captive elephant population in Southeast Asia.
Did you decide you were going to visit some elephant camps?
I had given money to a small organization
Haven't we all?
called Ears Asia, a woman in Phnom Penh.
Ears Asia.
Ears
Okay,
Asia,
love
and
that.
she's just a one-woman show, British woman who
Right.
was trying to get one elephant off the streets of Phnom Penh.
And put all her energy into one elephant.
does-
This is about that kind of commitment.
Exactly.
Sometimes I feel I'm just one person and I'm not doing enough, I'm doing too little, but I have to remind myself, I'm one person, you're one person. All of these women that we meet that are doing this amazing work with elephants and all the other animals, they're only one person too, and they're making a huge
That's where it
difference.
starts, yeah.